quick little statement and then we'll take questions.
Just disappointed because we were bad tonight. Credit Iowa. Congratulations on the victory. We were bad. We lost to Cincinnati by 1, Gonzaga by 2. But we competed the right way in those 2 games, and I didn't. We were second half. We were good. You look at their percentage second half, but we lost that game in the first half, giving up 44 points. I mean, we made great growth defensively, and we were bad in the first half tonight, and it affected all areas of the game. When we're playing a certain way, we're really good, I think, but we have to play that way consistently.
They went on a 10-0 run like midway through the first half. What did you see that allowed them to
Transition. Go look at all the baskets. It's the way the one way. That's the main way they score. Him or Jock, that or Jock. That's their main 2 weapons. Transition. We talked about it. We didn't do a great job getting back. They shot layups, uncontested layups, and then they had a couple. Dom hit a 3. Jock kind of hit that one. Kind of clanked in. He's a really good player. So he may make some of those, but. Chart their points in the first half out of 44. How many did they get in half-court offense? 20? Maybe?
You guys missed.
And we missed a ton
I'm sorry,
of bunnies,
a
right?
dozen layups.
Yeah.
Just as I said, a dozen layups too.
We got it
what was
to
the
7,
reason for
we got
that?
it to 8. I don't know. And that's the thing is we don't want to have the guy you're just going to throw it in there. We've got to score a little bit differently and off drives and kickouts, but those plays we got to finish because when you get it to 7. Even the first half it happened where we got it at 7 or 9 and it was missed layup. Second half, same thing. We just missed some bunnies and we need all those. When weren't locked in defensively like we were in the first half, because our second half defense was good enough to win. The way we played the second half was good enough to win, but then we started having to press the last 2 minutes and do some things that because we're down. But we have a thin margin, but like I said, when we're, Coach Calhoun talked to our team today, and he watched us play a bunch, and we have to play a certain way. We have to play with great pace. We have to play with great spacing. We have to play with great ball movement. That's when we're really good.
Why did the offense disappear? The spacing, the ball movement.
I mean, they came out and really tried to pressure and get after us a little bit, and I think we, took a step back. But I mean, you look at it, we got ball movement. The first play is 3-0. We finally hit a 1-5, and they make a hustle play, block our shot. But again, chart those first 20 points. How many did you get in the half court? Maybe 2. You got to be good transition defense to be a good defensive team. And this team has to be good defensively.
Did you ever feel like you guys got into a rhythm offensively?
In the second half, I mean, we were good, but we were pressing a little bit. We got it to 7. I say pressing, not full court pressing, but pressing to. Push the tempo a little bit, but we missed some. I mean, I go out. I bet you watch the game. I bet we missed a ton of bunnies, just that deflates you a little bit. Free throws or second chances. That was frustrating because we did have it to. We had a game plan to get it down, and we did great. About the first 12 minutes, second half, we were perfect. We were right on schedule. Get it to 8. We were 8 or 9. And then we went through one little bad slump, and they kind of got it back up to 14. That really hurt us.
Steve, you have a roster of good shooters, and it doesn't seem like you guys are at times shooting particularly well. Is it just the variance of playing? Like, what do you think that is?
I got to keep looking at it. I think we're missing some that hopefully you make. Obviously, I think they're pressed out on our shooters because that is our strength. And then we got to probably screen better and move the ball a little bit better. But we haven't done a good job shooting from 3, especially.
Is this team still trying to get used to playing without George?
I wouldn't say getting used to playing out without George, but I would say just trying to figure out the best. I would think collectively just trying to figure out the best way for us to continue to be effective. Pace of play, half-court offense, and guys knowing, a couple big possessions, you may call certain things. Everybody's got to know it and execute it, And so, last year's team is last year's team. So, I mean, and George is George.
Who was that go-to guy this year?
I think it changes. I think Deontay can be it. When he's really effective, I think Monte can be it, and as in that, I mean, I think we got the thing with this team is different. Is you could have a lot of guys get 10 to 15 points, which is good. Because you're harder to guard if you move the ball making shots. You know, we just gotta just obviously continue to tinker with the offense, and because, you know, again, when we're good, we can guard when we're locked in. I mean, we've shown that, we've proven that against good teams, but you got to do it every possession all the time.
Is
What
there a
did you think of your
concern 9
defense?
games in that this is the three-point shooting team that you guys are? It's not a slump or?
No, I don't think so. I think we'll get it. We'll get it right from that standpoint. I hope it is, and I don't think it is, because you got guys that work too hard and guys that are too good shooters. I mean, you know, you look at the tape. There's probably a lot of ones that, you know, you're not just going to get just dead eye wide open, catch your seams, you know, lace them up and shoot them threes. You're going to have, you know, left, right, knock some down, and they will. You know, but we can't. You know, 8 for 30. We just, you know, obviously that's not great. But we got guys that work really hard at their craft, so they'll get it. We'll get it right.
What did you think of your defense on Jock today?
The three that killed us was the one that, you know, Solomon switched off, and he hit the back iron and just kind of crashed in. But then high ball screen, no hedge, 3. Dribble handoff, no hedge, 3. So that's 9, and then he just had 14. And then underneath out of bounds, we didn't show, and he got a layup on that. So that's 16. We really, and I'm not saying gave him as in gave him. He's got to make the plays. But that's 16 out of his 23 we broke down on.
Thank you, Coach. The players will be available